Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now, as you guys can see from the title of this video, today I'm going to be discussing the future of GTA 5, and whether it'll end in 2018. Up until now, Rockstar has continued to release regular updates every few months. But the game is now 4 years old, and with the release of Rockstar's next major title, Red Dead Redemption 2, just around the corner with a release set for early 2018, will we start to see GTA 5 slow down and receive less and less regular updates every few months until eventually they end altogether? It's definitely something which I, and I'm sure many of you guys, might expect to see. But interestingly enough, we were in the same position this time last year. In fact, I made the same video this time last year, but titled, Will GTA 5 End in 2017? And this time last year, we expected to see the game slow down in 2017. But instead, here we are, 1 year on, after an all-time record year for GTA Online. But surely at some point, the game has to begin slowing down. And will that take place next year in 2018, or will Rockstar continue to release updates as they have done this year? Well, this very answer lies in Take-Two Interactive's recent quarterly financial report, which was held just a few days ago. Now, because Take-Two Interactive are a public corporation listed on the stock market, they're required to release financial reports every 3 months to keep their investors up to date with their recent performance and upcoming plans. And it was during this financial report that some pretty interesting details were shared regarding GTA 5. For starters, the game has now sold over 85 million copies worldwide, making GTA 5 the most sold game in the US and the third most sold game of all time, recently overtaking Wii Sports, which has a little under 83 million copies. Now, to be the third most sold game of all time is pretty insane. But it's not too far behind Minecraft, which is in second place with just over 100 million sold copies, and Tetris, which is in first. In 2017 alone, GTA 5 has sold over 10 million copies worldwide, and has consistently been in the top 10 most sold games of the week pretty much every week this year, which for a game that's over 4 years old is pretty crazy to say the least. This straight away should give you guys an indication on how GTA 5 is performing and how Rockstar may choose to continue releasing more stuff into the game for this reason alone. On top of this though, Take-Two Interactive have also revealed that during fiscal second quarter 2018, which was from July 1st until September 30th, net bookings from recurrent consumer spending grew 84% in comparison to the second fiscal quarter last year, and accounts for 42% of the net bookings. Now, recurrent consumer spending refers to microtransactions and in-game purchases, such as Shark Cards. And during the 3-month period, July 1st to September 30th, 42% of Take-Two Interactive's earnings were from microtransactions. Of course, during this period, content from the governing update was still being released via event weeks, and we of course also saw the release of the governing updates, which was the most expensive update ever to be released in GTA Online in the terms of overall prices. In fact, to buy everything from the update costs over $75 million in-game. But during this time, Rockstar sold more Shark Cards than ever before. And the fact that Shark Card sales accounts for almost half of Take-Two Interactive's earnings just goes to show how profitable GTA 5 and the regular updates still are for the company. Despite the game becoming over 4 years old back in December, it not only continues to make a lot of money, but is generating even more money now than this time last year or any other period. And you may recall back in August, Rockstar revealed that GTA Online saw more players ever logging into play during June and July than any other period, so as far as performance is concerned, it's only growing and not dying out as you might expect from a game of this age. After sharing these statistics, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, confirmed they plan to continue the momentum of the second fiscal quarter after another period of better than expected results, with GTA Online delivering its best quarter yet. And as a result of their outperformance, Take-Two Interactive have stated, looking ahead, we expect fiscal 2019, which actually begins April 2018, to be a record year for net bookings and net cash provided by operating activities led by the up-and-coming launches of Red Dead Redemption 2 and the highly anticipated new title from one of 2K's biggest franchises. They have also stated, "We have a robust development pipeline and are better positioned than ever for long-term growth and margin expansion," which suggests they have a number of things planned, not just for the new up-and-coming titles, but for existing titles too. And based upon the numbers so far, I think it's safe to say that we'll see the continuation of regular updates in GTA Online as we've done so over the past few months throughout 2018. Especially seeing that more recently, it appears that development has increased rather than decreased, with larger updates, more content in them, and more content also being released following an update as well, with shorter cooldown periods between the updates too. In fact, with updates in the past, we may have only seen 3 or 4 vehicles held back and released during event weeks following the initial update, and then go a month or two without receiving anything in the game before the next update is released. The last few updates have been very different. There are increasing numbers of vehicles being held back and then released during the event weeks, and then with little to no time between the release of the next update. For example, with Smuggler's Run, the final vehicle, the Ardent, was released, and the following week, the Smuggler's Run update was then released into the game. So it's pretty clear that both Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have no intention just yet to slow down or stop updates from being released into GTA Online. In fact, just next month, there is another update set to be released in December, and as far as we're aware of, as soon as the Smuggler's Run content is all released into the game, the next update will be released with no pause or break in between. As for 2018, there are no signs just yet either of stopping or slowing down on content, except from previous mentions by Strauss Zelnick, who explained in an interview not too long ago that we can expect a small break around the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 as they focus on releasing the game and driving players across from the GTA community. Updates though for GTA Online will continue even after the release of Rockstar's new title, which is scheduled to be released in spring 2018. Now there's one final thing I want to touch up upon in this video. So after seeing the record numbers of net bookings from microtransactions over the last 3 months, Strauss Zelnick shared this in an interview. "We've said that we aim to have recurrent consumer spending, or microtransaction opportunities, for every title that we put out as a company. It may not always be an online model, and it probably won't always be a virtual currency model, but there will be some ability to engage in ongoing basis with our titles after release across the board." Which, to summarize, basically means all future titles released by Rockstar Games and other studios they work with, such as 2K Games, will release some form of in-game microtransactions along with regular updates and stuff like that. In fairness, it is to be expected after the success of the shark card sales in GTA 5, but it's the way he describes this. It suggests they may end up focusing on the sale of these, the in-game purchases. And we all know from other gaming franchises, such as Call of Duty, they only end up ruining the game and making them a pay-to-play. So unfortunately expect this to become their business model. There will be some form of buyable in-game currency and items in all future Rockstar titles. So with Red Dead Redemption 2, maybe cactus cards or something along those lines. But as much as the community may despise the thought of microtransactions, remember this: GTA Online certainly wouldn't be what it is today without the sale of shark cards. In fact, many of the updates we've seen over the last 4 years probably wouldn't have ever been released if it wasn't for shark cards, because all updates are technically free. Rockstar don't make money from releasing the updates. It's the content in them which they can make money from if people are buying shark cards to purchase that content. And of course, don't forget, it's technically possible to get everything in-game that you want for free without spending any money on shark cards. It's only if you want to skip the whole grinding out missions, jobs, and businesses where you have the option of just buying a shark card. Whereas most other gaming franchises, again using Call of Duty as an example, to get new updates in the game, you often have to buy the DLC. Circling back though to the main topic of today's video, will GTA 5 end in 2018? Well, by the looks of things, the answer is no. GTA Online will not be ending. Rockstar still supposedly have plans for the game, there's still plenty of content and updates yet to come, which will be releasing next year. Personally though, I'm not so sure whether Rockstar will be as strong next year as they have been this year, especially with the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 as well early next year, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if this time next year, as I did last year and I'm doing right now, we're questioning the life of GTA 5 in 2019. But I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on all of this. What do you guys think about GTA Online in 2018? Will it continue as it's done this year and thrive, or begin to die off? So let me know by leaving a comment. If you guys could also drop a like on this video, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.